everybody. Before we get started, let me tell you guys that you guys should join our Discord server and become patrons over on Patreon. But those things do not have to be mutually exclusive. You do not have to join the Discord server to become a Patreon, and you do not have to become a Patreon to join the Discord server, so you should at least do one this week. Anyways, so this is kind of a part 2 to the Ozpin and Salem relationship video that we did last week. And so it's kind of like a small update to that, I suppose. So in this episode, we find out that Ozpin is kind of like turning them into birds compared to everything else I did. That was easy, you know what I mean? And so you remember the exact line, right, Hunter? He said it was like only a minute of my power. A minute bit of my power, something like that?
Yeah, basically.
And so that, like, the birds thing was pretty easy. And he's like, yeah, it sounds silly out loud now. And I'm like, yeah, you think, honestly?
I was drunk at the time.
I know. And so this begs the question, like, okay, if the birds thing was easy, then giving Salem a questionable outwards appearance probably wasn't that big of a deal. So last week we talked about the idea that maybe, Ozpin could make Salem a la Frankenstein, or the gods could have made Salem as a girlfriend for Ozpin a la Adam and Eve. And so somebody got mad at me, actually, because they're like, Adam didn't make Eve, and I'm like, I know, that's not what I meant. Like, I know, I understand, I went to, 14 years of Catholic school, I know. I was just saying it could be, those weren't mutually exclusive. Like, the making Salem was the Frankenstein idea, but the gods making her for a girlfriend was the Adam and Eve idea. We gotta keep our ideas separate over here. You know what I mean? Not to call you out or anything, but I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I went to 14 years of Catholic school. I'm very aware how the Genesis story goes. Okay, it wasn't a perfect shoe-in. We were just using it as a comparison. You know what I mean? Or an idea. Anyway, this is basically where we have come to now. I think if the birds thing was easy for him, and the maidens thing didn't even take up all of his power, he definitely magic Salem now. Like, that was too big of a hint for them to throw in, like, oh yeah, compared to what I've done in the past, this was easy, you know what I mean? And that could have been referring to just the maidens, but seriously, do we think it was just the maidens, Hunter?
I kind of agree with you on this one. I feel like that would be an interesting sort of twist.
Twisty twist? For your,
a twisty twist.
For your Ruby needs. Because I totally think now that they were both, like, regular humans once, and they may have both had some magic, but then Ozpin just fucked with her because he's like, ooh, compared to all of the other stuff I did, like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, we know. And see, that is the thing that Yang was just like, tell us the truth, Ozpin, but he didn't want to be like, yeah, compared to the other stuff I did, like, be able to help Salem to control the Grimm so we could work together, except that didn't work, and so the gods got mad at us. Like, it kind of sucks ass, man. Like, you know, like, he left that bit out. That's what it read to me. And so as an update to our last video, it seems more like, possibly the gods made a human Salem, and then the wizard made her shit. You know what I mean? Like, made her Grimm-like, let's say. So comparatively, this also fits into the Wicked origin story for the Wicked Witch of the West, because in Wicked, Ozpin, or the Wizard of Oz, inadvertently makes Elphaba green. We've discussed this last week, but basically, the way he does this is that he drugs Elphaba's mom with a green elixir, and that green elixir inadvertently makes her green, and so that is kind of, that was unintentional. It seems like this version that they are trying to go for is actually intentional, if that makes sense, and so instead of being like, you know, oh, it was by accident, sorry, it seems more like Ozpin did this on total purpose. Something else, though, I thought would be interesting, if Salem doesn't actually look like that, and that's just all makeup. Like, okay,
she spends a lot, that's hilarious.
Don't, like, boof at me, but, like, here's my idea for that. It's basically that Ozpin kind of, you know how the White Fang wears a mask, right? Because it's like, yes, humanity made us monsters. Like, Ozpin made her a monster, and so she looks like this every day simply because...
Imagine if Salem was a beauty vlogger, like how to get, like, coarse,
So I feel like that maybe
Black,
she did the look
vain
to
look.
herself, you know what I mean? But because she felt like he made her a monster on the inside with her magic, she had to look that way on the outside, for example. And so I feel like that may be where we're going. But I think he definitely magicked her now. He did something to her to make her a freak of nature. Like, just out of what we've talked about. Like, there's no going back from this. Especially because, like, in this episode, there were some subtle hints to stuff. Like, for example, Hunter said that Yang being able to shoot her arm off like that, that's definitely not just a one-off joke. That's gonna come back later. We talked about that in our analysis video. At least we think it's gonna come back. We don't know. But this is sort of like that. Like, this is something, like, Ozpin being like, oh, compared to the other shit I did. Like, Ozpin just didn't make the maidens. Let's be real. That was later, okay? Ozpin, like, he turned some people into trees, he had some flying monkeys, like, he fucked a bunch of shit up before we ever got to this point. So I feel like we need to recognize that, and so what's the easy, what could he have possibly done to fuck up Sailor, you know what I mean? Like, oh, what could have been other things that he did in his past? I wonder, you know, like, it's not rocket science, guys. Like, I feel like it's something that's pretty, like, evident by the way he talked about it. I don't know. Like, maybe that's just me, but just, like, again, looking at it, like, compared to the other things I've done, like Magic Salem, you know what I mean? Like, he just didn't want to say that he did it, you know what I'm saying? And so I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is gonna be coming back. Like, you don't throw a line like, in like that if you're not using it later. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I feel like I'm explaining this poorly, but again, like, Salem couldn't have been any harder than the maidens. He just had to give her some powers. You know what I mean? And he did that for the maidens, so why not? And so there's canon means for him to have done it. It's just a question of whether he did. Right? Hunter's nodding like, yeah. And so I feel like that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to I just wanted to update this video with the new information that we got from this episode. I think that's all I have to say. I didn't necessarily write anything else, but I feel like that this is also evident in, we did a video earlier this week on the Ozpin theory that O'Malley made. That, like, they were definitely together at one point, because Ozpin, not together, but together, because Ozpin says, like, it's, you know, like, it's in those things that you've long forgotten, and I'm like, well, Ozpin, I wonder why she forgot. Maybe it's because you turned her into a monster, you know what I mean? And so I feel like that there's that element as well, is that their conversation at the very, very beginning of RWBY that we know, like, Monty and the team had to think about, because it comes back at the end, right? When Salem is revealed to be the true, like, villainess of this horrid, horrid world. And so, like, obviously they put a lot of thought into it, that Salem says mankind and then associates herself with mankind as we, right? And so then, like, with Ozpin being like, they're in the things that you've long forgotten, as in she knew them once, but then she lost them. I wonder why she may have lost them, you know what I mean? Like, and so, do you agree with that, Hunter? Like, I feel like this fits in very well with the other video we did this week, and so it's good. It's good. Anyway, I feel like that's basically all I have to say. I don't really have anything else to go over. I hope that you guys enjoyed our videos for this week, because this is going to be the last one uploaded before the volume, or the new episode, I should say, before the volume starts. No, before the new episode starts. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. Again, we didn't have that much to do, so I hope that you guys enjoyed. I guess I uploaded probably some live streams at this point. I don't know yet, because obviously I'm in the past and I don't know what my future self has done. So I hope that you guys were entertained, thoroughly entertained, and I hope that you guys, if you enjoyed, you guys join our Discord server and also become patrons over on Patreon. And so, yeah. That's pretty much it. Also, thank you for dealing with Hunter while he's been sick this entire week. If you guys want to send a message to Hunter, we have a chat in the Discord server called Hunter Appreciation Chat.
This is not something I was a part of. You just created
I know,
it
because
day.
I wanted, people, like, wanted to appreciate you, and so I wanted to help them do that. And so if you guys want to go appreciate Hunter again, join the Discord server. So that's basically it. I hope that you enjoyed, and we will see you all later. Bye, guys! Hey everybody, I wouldn't interrupt the start of the video, but I actually forgot something while we were recording this. So basically, basically in a couple days, it's gonna be my birthday. As of when this video is uploaded, it's gonna be uploaded on the 1st of December. My birthday is December 7th. So we're gonna be doing basically some live stream stuff over on my Twitch channel. If that's something that interests you guys and you want to have some fun, we're probably gonna do part of it on YouTube, but we're gonna do most of it on Twitch. I'll probably do some of the Jackbox party game stuff on YouTube though, just to get people's attention, because I know it's easier for some of you guys for it to land in your sub boxes. But yeah, I just wanted to put that at the beginning of the video just in case. I know, like, for future viewing it may not be ideal to put messages like this, but you know, I just wanted to let y'all know anyway. But anyways, on to the video.